so much, Chris. Thank you so much. And we are all looking forward to returning to the DLM Golf and Country Club and having a super week in the last week of March. May I request the members of the press, if you have questions for the dignitaries on the dais, we can take them now. Yes, Jaraj, please can you have the... Okay, you have a question first then? Please go ahead if you're ready. All right. Okay, please.
The question to Mr. Garoa. 5 weeks back, you had your golf course in very pristine conditions. And things have changed in the last 5 weeks, you know, weather-wise, climate-wise. How's your golf course really coming up? Well, you know, that's the main place. That's the main thing about the tournament.
To be very honest, we've also realized the shift in climatic conditions, but we've been able to adjust to them. If you see the course today, it's as pristine and as maintained as it has been during the January tournament. Having said that, considering the weather median and the forecast that we are seeing, we are very confident that we will be able to present the course in as pristine conditions as we have in the past. It will continue to remain challenging. In fact, let me tell you, as much as it's already a challenging course, I think warmer weather conditions are going to make it a little harder because the course is going to bake in the sun, and that dryness is going to add another element of challenge. So it's going to actually be very interesting. For the Europeans coming out here, they're going to find it to be a little bit warm, so they're going to be handling that as well. So I think it will make for a very interesting tournament. I think these conditions will really test the players, and as always, what we want is to make sure that anybody who wins the tournament is somebody who truly everybody bows to and says, yes, you were the real champion of the tournament. So I think all these conditions together will work in our favor. Plus, just to let you know, we're very blessed, thanks to DLF, to have the resources as well as the technology to make sure that we can, to a large extent, battle weather conditions. We have our own weather forecasting systems within the campus, so we're able to understand moisture levels, we're able to understand how we need to keep the course so that it does not, so that the grass doesn't die and things like that. So we're in good space.
The greens. How the greens, you know, they were being very true in the last tournament. And now the conditions are changing. How green are the really green?
So the greens will be pristinely green. It's really what happens underneath that makes it. So like I already said, you know, the greens are going to be quite baked. So because of that, they're going to be playing very, very firm. As far as golf goes, as far as our golf course goes, our main line of defense is our greens. So we need to make sure at any given point of time that they're playing the way it was intended and designed, where they have to be playing a lot very firm. So keeping the skim high and things like that now are not so difficult in present technology, but making sure that they are firm it takes a couple of weeks. And with these kind of weather conditions, they will play very true, no doubt about it. But it will be we also have high roughs and things like that, which will make it difficult for the players to, if they're not at the top of their game, to be able to use the greens to their advantage. So I think we should be good.
Thank you.
My question is to Mr. Sanjay. There are many amateurs playing in the tournament. So what kind of expectations do we have from them?
From the amateurs?
Yeah.
I think the only expectation each one of us in the room should have is that they are able to be the best version of themselves. It's a great opportunity for them to rub shoulders with international players, high quality players. So as an amateur, getting an opportunity to play alongside, I think that's divine in some sense. And we would all be very happy for them if they're able to get the best version of themselves out there on that day. So I look forward to that. I think this is a great opportunity for all the youngsters out there to make mark and get an opportunity to know the skill set of the other side. How does it feel playing with one? And I mean, who knows? surprise us all amongst one of these amateurs who feel superstar tomorrow. We're really looking forward to that. And we're really hungry, and country we are. I think it's about time we really had. I have to tell you this. So, I'm not going to name it there, but about 2 months back, somebody was trying to, they really say that India, somehow you guys are doing so much. Why has there been no Indian, top? And so on and so forth. I cut a long story short, I just told him that it's only a matter of time. We will come down on the world like a ton of bricks. Because we are the guys who are capable to hit a ball, traveling at us at 160 kilometers an hour out of the park. Right? For a ball that is sitting there, I'm not saying it's easy, but probably we have greater skill sets because our hand-eye coordination right from childhood is amazing. So we should be able to do far better. It's just a matter of time. We just need one. Matsuyama, for example, in Japan, just turned the tide. And today Japan has suddenly become a super golf nation, right? Which prided itself in having the largest number of golf courses per capita, which is a reality. That's where infrastructure will kick in. That's what we're just talking about. We all have to do our part. It's not just ego trying to do stuff. Here they're putting up a great course. Here they're doing their stuff in terms of supporting. I do good what they're doing. Each one of us has to really chip in. When you have the power of the pen in your hand, you've got to inspire people to go out there and make their best effort and start inviting the game when we need to. So all of us have to make our contributions, and then back to your question. I'm super excited with these. Personally, I just follow them, figure out as to how close are they to being the pro they're playing. Yeah.
How many confirmed entries have you received so far? Sanjay, how many players are expected? How many foreigners? How many Indians?
Yeah.
The field is 138 players. There are 24 players from the PGTI and then the rest from the DP World Tour Order of Merits. 4 amateur golfers who are nominated by various qualifying criteria by the Indian Golf Union. The entries close on the 30th of March. So until then, players are free to enter or withdraw. But I think 30th of March, when the entry list gets published on the website, we'll have a clear picture. The players who sent us their bites and we've announced the names, they are confirmed to play for sure. There will be more announcements in the coming days. There will be more releases as more players get confirmed. We're expecting some more stars from the DP World Tour to still confirm their entry, so we'll keep sending those information out.
Hello. My question is to Vijay sir. So we already have the best Omicron of the overseas talent, but what can we do to attract more some of such talent to our team? Vijay sir.
Sorry, I didn't get that question.
We already have some of the best talents with us, like the international talent or the Omicron. What can we do to attract more such talents and like more bigger names?
So, basically, you need to understand that we have sport system, we've got various methods where we send these kids on overseas tours, sending managers, we track their scoring averages. It's only a matter of time, like he said. These kids are now ready and rearing. So the more opportunities they get, the more good news you will get. So it's not only about going overseas and playing. Locally also, we're trying to put up excellent centers where these people can go and hone their skills, be it chipping skills, be it putting skills, be it driving skills. We're going to get the best coaches. It's become an Olympic sport. The Ministry of Sport is looking very positively. I was very happy to attend one seminar by the sports minister where he said that India is building for the 2036 Olympics. More than that, even if you're preparing, or even if we don't get the 2036 and we get the 2040 or whenever, what is going to happen is, if the ministers start looking at it, the money is coming from the government, if the press makes people understand that this is not an elitist sport, it's not a leisure sport, it's a competitive sport which is part of the Olympics. Like he said, you have a role to play, we all have a role to play. Rest will fall in place, we will give all the facilities and just wait and watch. Thank you.
My question is to Virendra sir. Like IJU is already doing a lot of initiatives, like picking up a lot of initiatives about coaching and how you can actually create coaching benefits by doing partnerships with CPG, with the R&A, like the Super Sixes that we are talking about. So how is that going to help? Also, you are going to bring the first ever TARS here in India. How is that going to actually create a bench strength of coaches, which will actually create a bigger bench strength of players, which was the earlier question.
So, what TAR will do is, we need so like in cricket, you have an elite panel of umpires. They bring more credibility to the game. They interpret the rules better. Similarly, TARs coming to India, more number of people can get qualified as TARs referees, and they will then bring more credibility to the game. They will be able to administer the game better and implement the rules better. So that is the TARs part. What we've understood and what we've realized over the last 2 years that we've been here is we need to take this game to the smaller towns, and thankfully there are now sponsors. We've been talking to Hero, Sanjay, very promise as best support as possible. We are taking this game to the tier 2 and tier 3 cities where we are going to put up smaller versions of excellence centers. CPG has helped us get good quality coaches. So we've got the ingredients. We've got good quality coaches. We've got good people who make these kids understand rules. Because when they go overseas, they need to know the rules. They need to know the rules by which this game is going to be played. So that being said, then we have the boys and girls who, from the tier 2 cities, hand-eye coordination. You got, and this is a question I was asked in a panel of 130 countries. He said if there are 700 million people who are playing cricket, 1 billion plus watching, like he said, 160 kilometers, less than 2 seconds or 3 seconds to whack a ball, hand-eye coordination phenomenal. So something is missing, and that's something we have to go and find. And you can't wait for that something to come to you. So that is something that we've decided upon. We're taking it to the tier 2 cities with CPG, with RNA, with the press, with support from sponsors. I think great things are going to happen. This is my country, and I'm very excited. The press has to play its role by making sure and telling people this is not an elite sport. It is an enjoyable sport, and you must take it.
My question is to Coach. Like we saw what Bryson could do to golf and the kind of fan following he had there at the DLF. It was like mind-boggling. On a weekday, we had a lot of crowds. What are the initiatives you are going to take to get more fans for the Indian Open this time?
Yeah, so like I already mentioned, I think thanks to guys like Bryson who were here, and they brought a lot of eyeballs to the sport. I think there is great momentum right now. It's a great turnout today to start with. But having said that, I think a player like that is not replaceable. But having said that, he's done what he had to do. He's brought more eyesight to the game. I think it's really up to us now how we take it forward. And as far as we are concerned, when we're here to set you a narrative, we're hoping that you're going to take that narrative out there. What Bryson did on the course only was amplified by you. So at the end of the day, whatever he ended up doing was how you put it out there. So I think there's a great story to tell, whether it's the amateurs, there's a great story to tell about the other golfers that are coming. I think there's this constant challenge that the course and the players present. It's really how we put it out there. As far as we are concerned, like I already mentioned, we are seeing a lot of momentum with people wanting to come back and see the tournament. We will continue. We have a member base of about 2,000 odd people who we know are going to come out there to support the tournament. We're hoping that the other golf clubs in the region continue to also provide support. We saw some support from other cities as well in the recent tournament. We saw people coming in from Jaipur and Chandigarh and Bombay. We believe that they have come for the first time and realized how lovely the conditions are. It was how enjoyable it was to watch. So we do hope that that as well will continue in this tournament. And lastly, as I mentioned, we have also looked at it from a holistic perspective. So we're not only looking to engage the golfer who is coming to watch the tournament, but the entire family, make it more enjoyable for everybody. So I think we should definitely see more momentum.
Thank you. We can take one last question. Yes, there's a question from the gentleman.
I think as you mentioned right now, it's not an elite sport, it's an enjoyable sport. But for long now, there has been an elite narrative connected to golf. I only have privilege once to play golf or hold the club. So how hard was it to break through the narrative, the elite narrative of privileges?
So again, let's be honest, till our clubs don't allow non-members to come in, we can put up driving ranges, we can put up chipping areas, we can do whatever. But till that person does not get to play on the course, his journey is not complete. And he may find enough reasons. He may think it's an elitist sport because he's not being allowed to play. Unfortunately, real estate in India is expensive, and real estate can give more money to the builder. Rather than making a golf course, he would rather use it to put up buildings. But however, these super sixes, these excellent centers, I mean, we discussed this possibility amongst ourselves at the IGU that maybe we can take the top bunch of 20-30 kids to maybe a Bangladesh or a Sri Lanka and make them practice there if they can't do it here. It's only a question of money and it's a question of excellence. If these kids can go there and do whatever, like in Korea, during the winter months, they take the whole team of 100 kids and take them to Florida and elsewhere. I mean, we maybe not have that sort of money, but our thinking is going on, and so we are trying to see if we can make a deal with the courses off-peak, you need to get the kids on the course. That's what is the biggest challenge. Elite or no elite is a discussion which can go on. But bottom line is, if you don't give them the course, if they don't play, they will shift to another sport. So it's not only about getting them into the sport, it is about keeping them in the sport. That is the bigger challenge. How do we keep them in the sport? They will be there with you for 6 months, 8 months, and then if they don't see anything happening, they will shift to another sport. The bandwidth is limited. Even the kids, they got to go to school for 10 hours. They got to sleep for 6 hours. Then they have this bandwidth of 2 to 3 hours where we need to get them excited about golf. So we are happy if anybody has any ideas and they can come up and tell us. We'll be happy to receive. We are not saying we are all knowing. The more people we meet, the more ideas we get. You people travel. People on the dais travel. So we all come back with ideas. We are willing to experiment and hopefully we will find a successful formula.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. And all very interesting conversations to engage in as we go forward, and we'll be really looking forward to that. But for now, back to the Hero Indian Open, and just in over 2.5 weeks, we'll be at the DLF Golf and Country Club, and we look forward to having all of you there through the week and giving us your support. With that, thank you to the dignitaries on the dais. Thank you everyone for being here with us today. We request the dignitaries for a photo op with the Hero Indian Open trophy. And then, ladies and gentlemen, lunches right in the hall behind us. We look forward to seeing you soon again. Thank you. Have a lovely afternoon. And ladies and gentlemen, while you make your way, I'm going to make an announcement that we will have some facilities on the golf course when you're there during the week of the Hero Indian Open. There will be times where you will be able to try the game yourself. So please come forward, and the centers, wherever they're located, find them, and there will be some helpers, coaches for you. Please do give it a try on your own as well.
My request to each one of you is make us a promise that at least once you will hold a club and hit a ball during the Hero Indian Open. Make that promise to us, and we promise you that we will take this game to the next level. Sir, could you just stand behind?